Hey, Swannying around, I see. This fella just swam from halfway across the Thames River there just to come up and say hello. So, hello. And the closer we walk to him, the more he walks to us. He's determined. He thinks we've got food, but alas, my little friend, food is something we do not have. So off we go to our adventure. Actually, this could be a bit of an ambush. So his mate's up there, and he's coming around while we're distracted. Don't you be biting. Don't you be biting me. I haven't got any for you. I already told you no. Fire off. You and your mate. So, darling, there's a business there that you could probably run if we could buy that and you could run that one. But the only problem is it's now called the Mute Swan. You have to learn to be a lot quieter. And this is where we're going today. Hampton Court Palace. This is the palace of the famous Henry VIII. He used to come here and spend his time plotting against one of his wives or another. Maybe he plotted a few in advance, I don't know. But what confuses me a little bit, Henry was a tutor, Henry Tudor, and there's a whole style called the Tudor style of housing. This palace is made of brick, which is definitely not Tudor style. So we've got the beautiful tulips and the palace in the background. Let's have a closer look. Okay, so far we've learned that this was King Henry VIII's palace, but after he was passed on, other kings decided that they quite liked it. So I think that when George the First or somebody came in, and he decided he was going to redo the palace. Now the original palace was obviously in the Tudor style because it was Henry Tudor, and then the new upgrade was the total renewal was going to be in the Baroque style of the period. Now, fortunately for us, halfway through the renovation, the Baroque style people went Baroque and didn't finish the project. And because they didn't finish the project, we still get to see Henry's kitchen and his apartments and other things from the Tudor time. So we've got basically two palaces to explore today, the Baroque bit and the Tudor bit. So let's go and have a look. Oh, actually, I'll just mention that because we took out a mortgage the other day to go to the Tower of London at the prices that they wanted us to go, because we kept the receipt or we could prove the receipt, we've come here and we've been able to, and they're connected. So these are the palace, something to do with some palace club or something. So now we are members. So what we've done now, Elena quite cleverly bought memberships. So we bought the palace instead of just renting it for the day. So we can come here anytime we want now. But
not only to this palace, but the other palaces as well.
Oh, there's one in Northern Ireland and Kensington as well that we can go to now. Apparently we bought the whole lot of them. So the Great Gatehouse, spelt with a V instead of a U. And Elena has found an audio guide. She's got headphones anyway. I'd say you stick it in the audio device, which no doubt you have to pay somebody for. This is where you leave the headphones, not where you pick them up from. Whoop, we're going to get washed out here as our aperture readjusts when we come out. Here we are into the first courtyard. Now I know to the left we've got Henry VIII's kitchen, and it must have been quite a successful kitchen because we all know that he had quite a girth. And to the right, that's more Baroque area, I believe. So far the difference is you've got dark dingy bricks in the Baroque, and light coloured mortar in the Tutory side. So let's go and have a look at Henry's kitchen. Now, just before we go into Henry's kitchen and find out what it was that made him so fat, Elena was telling me that she'd learned something about the different styles of bricks. Now, as I say, you've got light mortar here in the Tudor side, and over there in the dingy Baroque side, I'm not sure if we can see, but there are some diamond-shaped patterns in black bricks. So what were you telling me about it, darling?
So what I found online was about the information how they make those bricks. They're exactly the same ones, but the reason the dark bricks different in color is because they've been baked in the ovens, commercial ovens, for some period of time to create that color. What happened later on in years, in order to save up on costs, not to bake them in ovens, they just colored them.
Just painted them.
Painted them.
All right, and of course in the Tudor times, when they burnt a brick, they threw it away. I might explain that we're going to have a bit of difficulty today having a video without lots of interference from the audio point of view. Apparently, school holidays have started for the Easter break. So it is inundated with young little historic, enthusiastic people. So I was walking inside a building, but it just came out into another little courtyard area. It's like a village. That's a whole little world in here. I suppose when you're royal, the trick is to have your own little world to keep you away from the plebs. Okay, you never know what the plebs are going up to, do you? Especially when you tax them to death, send them to war, and then sit there and eat all the food. Oh, and here we come. Ah, a couple of Tudors sitting in there right now. It's like they're counting some money, having a look. It's good to see government back in those days was quite transparent. Here we come. Oh, I got some pies here. Made out of clay, of course. Fireplace. Little bakery.
It's just a boiling potato.
It's a
Boiling potato.
boiling potato. I'm going to have a look at this boiling potato. Excuse me. Well, that you don't quite understand it, and I surely don't understand.
Well to go.
Oh, that's very boiling potatoes. We got that out of the way. Down the stairs. And boiling away as a result of the fire. It's right here and unlit. So we continue on. Let's back out now. Boy, it's like a little labyrinth, isn't it? You get lost in here. Imagine if the king summoned you, you'd have trouble trying to work out where to go. But getting a little bit used to the history of being in England, it is amazing to think that people that would have been quite rightfully concerned about their ongoing health due to the great King Henry's propensity for violence, these people would have worked in here, great hope that they always pleased the great man. But this is a full-on kitchen area there, beautiful big stove, lots of kitchen benches. So I don't know how many people a kitchen like this had to feed. But I'm looking at this here now, and my mind's going to the Blackadder series. This is very similar to one of the series where Blackadder spent quite a bit of time in the kitchen. And of course all the bakeries produced clay food back then and glazed it. Probably not good for the digestion. And through into another room. A hallway. Yes, so the roof is worth having a look at. Very high roof, all of timber. See how something like that could catch fire, especially considering all the fires were coal and wood fueled. Wouldn't take much for a spark to fly up and catch the place on fire. So here we are, we've got multiple stoves, wood-fired stoves here with the pots there on top. This one here is still got a bit of fire in it. I don't know if anyone's noticed that or not. And of course back in the Tudor days, they really couldn't spell very well. As you can see, there's oranges. Wouldn't be able to sell them now. Okay. It's going to be very difficult to avoid people walking in front of the camera today. Oh, here's a big part of the kitchen now. Oh, that fire. That fire looked real. Like somehow they've even got the heat coming from it too. And seems to be the biggest hit so far is the actual fire. It's not that cold today, it's spring, but I suppose if you've got fire, you've got to take advantage of it. More stoves here. Little tree root chopped up there. Right. There we got a table set. Dinner for King Majesty and Queen Grace. In all two messes. Let's have a look and see what they would have. Cheap bread and manchet. Beer and ale. Wine, spelled with a Y. And me on the end. Flesh of porridge. Chines of beef, venison and in brews or malt. Pastels and reed deer. Mutton. You can keep your mutton. Swan? What? Goose, stork, capions. Swan? Okay. They don't have any prices though, darling, do they? Oh, here's a rotisserie. There's your spit. Oh, we've got a little window here. Into another part of the kitchen. Pass things through. It's quite well designed, actually. Let's have a look in the next room. Now, watch your head. Oh, look at the floor. What is it you're saying, darling? You're saying it to the video? What is it you're saying?
What's a bell? So when the dinner is ready, whatever meal is ready, ring the bell.
Ah. Hey, maybe we could get one of those at home. Do you think?
No, to do it.
Oh.
Your voice is strong enough to scream through the whole apartment.
So I've just been using the honey, I'm hungry bell. It seems to be working well. So I wonder what this area is. I wonder if this is an eating area. Because there's not much in here. And you have the Parts Chapel. undercrop shop. There's amazing cobblestones in here. Serving palace. Here we go. Serving place. I think I've got palace on the brain. Yeah, I'm going to have to walk in front of you a few times, don't I? Because you keep banning me and stopping me from filming anywhere. I wonder what that little area looks like. That's where you mix up your herbs and stuff. Passing through. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Everybody gets a feed, but this is the biggest dishwasher I've ever seen. You just go in there, stack your dishes, and they come out clean later on. Pretty cool. You can walk around here for hours. Henry's wine cellar. Wine by the barrel. Now, apparently, some of the things that the king had to be concerned about was the servants either putting some wine aside for them to pilfer later, or to drink a bit of it and not water it down. So these are the sorts of things that he had to bring in controls to prevent occurring. That's it. That's his wine cellar. Lots of little nice areas to enjoy yourself in the spring weather. Not sure if they had an electric pump fan operating back in those days, but it's a nice touch. So we thought we'd take time out to enjoy a Pimm's. The reason we've taken the chance to try a Pimm's is that Pimm's was Queen Elizabeth II's favourite drink. It's alcoholic, and what would be the best companion food to go with a Pimm's, something royal? A royal sausage roll in a royal palace. And look, there's my queen. And this is the chapel garden. That's the chapel there behind that wall. There's no photography allowed in there. Apparently it's the King's chapel. Judging by a woman in a robe saying you're allowed to take photos in there. And this is the chapel garden. But the most interesting thing is these pretty groovy little gargoyle-y things in the garden. So, what have we got here? Perhaps Scooby-Doo, chained to a pole. And we got a, well, spotted, that's something. We've got a goat with pretty messed up horns. A little bit demonic, that one. Of course, the dragon. Everyone can recognise that. The old St George Building Society. Sort of like a scared parrot, maybe parody type owl. And a black bull. This guy I recognise. This is the royal lion. It's made of gold. And over here, I think it's another goat. But interestingly enough, all these animals are all pole dancers. Now we're talking. Very royal gardeny area. Manicured trees. Acres of lush green grass. Royal carriages. Beautiful wide avenues. We've decided the best way to see the wonderful gardens is by horse and carriage.
Help us grow, like, share and subscribe.
As there's so much to see at Hampton Court Palace, the video's getting quite long, but I don't want to cut anything out because these YouTube videos are mainly for our own record, so we can look at them years down the track and remember exactly what we saw. So I'm going to make this a 2-part series. And this one here now, and have part 2 next week.